Alright, greetings ladies and gentlemen, welcome back finally to the #1 game on Go4Go. Now, many of you have seen this game already before. I think I've even gone over it once before in a lecture somewhere, but very likely that lecture is very old and very terrible quality, so why not go over it again? That's right, this is the #1 game on Go4Go, and it's going to be the infamous Lee Sedol Ladder game. If, for some reason, you have never seen this game before, you are in for a little bit of a treat. It kind of showcases some of Lee Sedol's fighting abilities and rather unorthodox situations that he found himself into. Now, to my knowledge, this kind of quote-unquote ladder game has only been played like twice before, to my knowledge, where what occurs in this game only occurred in like one other game that I'm aware of. Granted, I haven't seen every single pro game that's ever been played. Suffice it to say, what does occur here, if you haven't already seen it, is a little bit rare, so I think you're in for a little bit of a special treat. Now in this game, Lee Sedol opens up as black and takes a 4-4 point. White, of course, takes the corner because he is obviously inviting his opponent to do whatever he wants. It's tradition. Black slams down a 3-4 stone, thinking to himself, maybe he's going to go and grab himself, I don't know. I think Chinese variations were pretty popular back in the day. And if white takes the corner over here, then black would be free to do whatever he wants in terms of that kind of variation. Instead, white says no. If you want to play a Chinese Fuseki, either, you know, playing something like here or here, today we might even go here for a micro Chinese Fuseki. White says, no, I'm going to approach you and you are not going to do any of those things, good sir. Black pincers, 2 space high, one of the most common pincers that I've seen ever, both online and off. Well, that's not entirely true. Nowadays it's kind of changed. Nowadays we're seeing more along the lines of the 1 space close pincer rather than the 2 space high. If you play online a lot, you are a single digit Q or better, and you have not seen a variation like this, tell me where you are playing, because please, I would love to not play this in like half my games. But no. For a while there, we were playing the 2 space high pincer. It was essentially what was in style at the time, as reflected here. Now, it's a good thing he does, because this invites a ladder. White plays large knight. I will warn everyone not to play the small knight. There's a huge difference between large knight and the small knight. The small knight invites a variation like so, into a variation like so, into looky ladder. That's clearly what we're talking about, right? No, because we would never run out that ladder right now. Reason why we would never run out that ladder right now is because this is more favorable for black than it is for white. We don't really like what we're getting here, even if we're getting it in Sente to take a move over here. We got like a lot of solid points. We could even like grow off this or whatever. It's fairly easy to undercut it and just like put a giant X on this side of the board. We would not be happy here. However, if your opponent, let's say, for the sake of argument, did not Atari it and played here, this is the other reason why we never play this variation. Because we could wind up into a variation like so, where we've got this weird demented pinwheel in the lower right-hand corner of the board, which means one thing and one thing only. Everything has to live now. That sucks. I mean, good luck. Everything here has to live. That's kind of grody. Not really digging what's going on here in this corner of the board. Let's never do this ever again. Sound good? Sound good. Alright. So, small knight. Do not play it unless you want potential complication worthy of that of a Taisha. I mean, that's the level of complication you're inviting to yourself if you play, whoa, almost dropped the stone, if you play here as opposed to here. Large knight's a little bit safer. All we're going to do is go ahead and break this apart. Now, nowadays, we would not be playing, like after we play here, white usually doesn't continue in this fashion. We usually smash the stone in the bottom right hand, or in the bottom corner like so. Or it could be the top. I'm not sure if I'm inverting this board or not, since I'm recording it offline. But we hit the corner like so, and we normally just try and go for a little bit of a living thing going on here, and avoid the complicated crap that you're about to see in a moment. That is a good way to settle. You can look up all the variations on anywhere, really. Just Wikipedia if you like. They've got the variations. Hard to go wrong with those. Instead, we played this. Lee Sedol was like, we are going to go into complicated variations because technically this hadn't actually been played, or I want to say discovered yet. And I want to get the order of these moves absolutely correct. Drops down, threatens to go through, so we make a table shape just like in the basic series. Table shapes are really cool. White's like, can I connect up? And black says, no, you really can't. Sorry. So white's like, alright, I'm gonna go in the corner now, and I keep hitting that stone away. Black connects, and now white drops down, thus we have a ladder. Bad news. Now, ladder right now, I will already tell you, goes to white's stone here. We would never play this as white if we did not have the opposing corner. Otherwise, I mean, we might as well just resign the game because we messed up huge. Take a look at why. We're gonna cut here now. Now we could just live here like so, but that's really passive, and then our cutting stones aren't happy with us. So we Atari down instead. We Atari down like that. White keeps following us because he doesn't want us to die. Or he wants us to die, sorry. Threatening to cut through and kill off these stones. We defend this way, getting rid of liberty as well as protecting the cutting point. We're going to connect like so. Some people make mistakes here now by playing this way and pushing white, or pushing black out and having to cut. This doesn't really work. Instead, we're going to invite him in further. Black comes in. Now it looks a little bit creepy, but it's okay. We can count and get through this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks pretty solid to me. We got the corner. We got 5 to 4. And we've got the corner helping us out. We can capture these stones. But it's not a straight capture, because we can go and cut here like so. Now we have to protect these stones, otherwise if we do something over here, then this will be pushed, and then these will die, which means these die. Bad. So, instead we play here. Black is going to threaten to capture. We're going to connect. We can't go on the inside, otherwise we're going to go and cut through right here. Atari into connect into, you see where this is going? We descend, we can throw in, we can drop down. I mean, there's a lot of really bad things going on here, man. We don't like them. No, we don't. So, too many bad things if we play there. So we maximize our liberties. Black tries to do the same. White says no. Now you might say, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Why bother doing that? It's still 5 to 4. We're still in the clear. Well, we're doing it now because of the forcing moves that are involved. Like, all of these stones are dead, but we can force the taking of those stones and maybe get a little bit on the outside. We can Hane here now, because the only way this is going to be captured is if we like connect and like do stuff here. Boop. Gotta get rid of that one. Black connects. Now we're one away from Atari. So 1, 2, 3, 4. -3. Or down to 3, down to 2. So we're fine. We can play here. Our opponent can play there, and we can facilitate our place on Atari. So it's good. Now, as you might have noticed, there is a ladder here. So black says, I'm going to go and try and get a ladder breaker on in. And white says, no, I'm not going to let you do that. We extend out, right? No, we don't. Okay. So black says, fine. I'm going to surround your corner. White says, have at it. I've got your whatever that was. Before black comes back and saves. Oh, righty then. This isn't a ladder clearly, because if we go here, we can't go here because there's an Atari into an Atari. Now, again, same thing. If we Atari here, there's an Atari, but Now we're saving our cutting stones, which means those are so far dead in the corner. Extends. We are out now with these. Oh, sorry, my bad. My bad. This stone's been on the board the entire time, hasn't it? I'm sorry, just ignore that. I am a moron. That was back from the very first variation, wasn't it? When I said that if we play here, then we could play a Chinese variation. Obviously, white did not get to do such things. Instead, white has Sente now, so he gets to play there. So that was just looking into the future. Don't worry about that at all. Black takes the one stone. Is it large or is it small? Is it large or is it small? 2 to 3. It's got to be small, right? Isn't it? 3 liberties here, 2 liberties in this group. Nothing to worry about, right? Small. It's got to be small. It's got to be small. Unless it's not, because if we play here, then we've completely surrounded the corner, and then like we've got this influence thing happening here, right? So we don't really want to be completely surrounded. Being completely surrounded is usually a bad thing. Go is also called the surrounding game, and we generally don't want to be surrounded. So remove that off the field, and instead we are going to escape. Black gets some territory. That's a compensation for these stones dying. We've got some compensation here. We got some influence. We got a couple of moves elsewhere. Nice little enclosure. Maintaining territorial balance by getting an enclosure here. So we get an enclosure here to go with our influence. Seems good. That means white has Sente again. Look at the confidence of white. He's not even trying to fight back. He's just like, yeah, whatever, dude. I mean, I've got your stones here. I've got an enclosure here. I'm getting an enclosure up there. Like, I mean, sorry, you just got... You're gonna get outplayed, Lee Sedol. Not as strong as I thought you were. Go back and play something like this later on. Maybe survive that stone. Who even knows? Trying to develop. Not going for it. Otherwise, after this, we still have forcing moves here to like get more, right? So we're kind of fighting over who's getting what. But since he was ignored, he's going to go through because that is Aji now, isn't it? Now you might say, how is that Aji? The cut, as we see here, doesn't go anywhere. How is that Aji? It doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense, does it? Like, what does that do? What's the point? right? How is that Aji? How is that Aji? How is that Aji? I just don't see it. I don't understand. Well, here's how it's Aji. If we want, we now have a forcing move here because Atari into Atari can't go anywhere, so we take those 2 stones. So that's a thing. If we want, we can go here because Atari into Atari into Atari, so that's a thing. Or if we just wanted, nothing else worked, we could play here because we still have our forcing move. So as we push forward, you have to be kind of rereading those cut points, you know, just constantly, right? But in the actual game, we play here. Lee Sedol is looking to profit. Black Atari. White comes, or white Atari, sorry, black extends. White connects. And black ladder. So it looks like we're getting outside influence again. And thus we can see the point of that cutting point. Remember, don't push unless you're going to cut. Here's a good example of that. We pushed because we were going to cut because of the Aji, right? If there was no Aji there, then this is Ajikashi. We don't want to remove it because there might be co-threats, things like that, by pushing or throwing into the corner later, so we wouldn't do that. But we did it because of the liberty shortages on those 2 stones. So this was a cool move, right? This one, like right here, this is like a really cool move because we were trying to fight the poke that black was trying to do, but it left Aji behind for him to kind of get this, right? So we like the idea. Like, we're not going to just like sit back and let our opponent poke us and, you know, fall back out of there and do whatever. Opponent pokes us, and you know what? We're gonna counter him. Like, I see where you're trying to go with this. We're not gonna go there. But the proverb, unfortunately, is what? Even an idiot connects against the peep or something like that, right? And so, unfortunately, because he didn't connect, there's Aji, and because of the Aji, we get the outside influence. So that's really cool. This sequence that I'm harping on about now for a good 2 minutes now or more, I'm pointing out because that's a really, really basic example. Like, this is why we have to be careful and make sure that there's like no Aji, and even if we try and get kind of fancy here, fancy might not be as good as just nice, strong, solid play, right? Now, for those of you who are stronger than 10Q or 15Q or whatever, you might say, no, dum-dum, he read all of this out and the ladder goes to white. Duh. But again, that's getting fancy. Because Lee Sedol is ready to go way up to you and be as fancy as you are. And look at me. Look at me, I'm fancy. You want to get fancy? We can get fancy. Let's get fancy. Uh-oh. 2 to 2. Okay. 2 to 2. Okay. 3 to 2. We're fine again. We're good. Dodge the bullet there. Dodge the bullet. It's 3 to 2. We're fine. We're good. Everything's normal. Everything's great. 3 to 2. Ladder still. Yep, we're fine. Ladder goes there. So imagine being in a pro game against Lee Sedol, and this fool's running out this ladder against you. One that you've already read. What a moron. Yeah. Gonna take down Lee Chang-ho, they say. Next best player in the world, they say. Can't read a ladder, I say. Fool. Noob. Tell you what, I'll open up a Go school, and Lee Sedol can attend. And in it, we'll teach him how to read a ladder. Dummy. That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. Stupid, stupid, stupid. He just keeps on doing it too. Just keeps on doing it. Just keeps on doing it. Uh-oh. 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 Well now, this is interesting. See? It goes directly like we said it would. Ladder works. Better resign, Lee Sedol. Or should he? Broken ladder, okay. 2 to 2. 1. That is huge. That is why this is number 1 on Go4Go. This is the infamous Lee Sedol Broken Ladder game, where we run out a ladder that doesn't work for us as black across the board because we had this other ladder, a little ladder for a little while anyway, that got captured in the process. That is amazing whole board play right there. It's like, yeah, now you're gonna Atari me. Sure, man. Sure. Atari me. Go for it. You're still dead. All of these stones are dead for white now. So he's trying to, like, get ready to break through and attack the cutting points, right? Lee Sedol takes the stone because that's giving him strength on the top side. Trying to cut off the other stones. Now here's a move that I like. We're attaching here to strong group, right? This is going back to basic. In order to strengthen the weak area, we're going to attach to what we designate as strong. Because if it's already strong, we can't make it stronger, right? Makes sense. Cool. So this is strong. We can't make it stronger. We're not going to do anything with this. We were never able to do anything with this. So what we're going to do now, is borrow strength. And borrow strength. We're just borrowing strength from this really, really strong group. That's all we're doing to see if we can't make sure that we can settle like in that area, right? Getting complicated again. Save all them stones, because those cutting points, there be Aji in them hills. Alright, so looks like once again we're trying to kill Lee Sedol stones. Maybe these two this time, maybe these two. But we're getting stronger right where we want to be. Bam! Those are dead stones now. 100% dead stones. Trying to capture. White says no. Now, I might be wondering why I keep referring to White as White, not by his actual name. It's because I actually did. I forgot who it was. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I remember Lee Sedol. I don't remember the other guy. I apologize. The name will be on the screen. You see his name. You see his name up there. Again, we're taking advantage of cutting points. Remember that proverb, even an idiot connects against a peep? Well, here is round 2 of Are You an Idiot? Now we've got some stones we have to take care of. Gotta be careful what we can do with all these stones. There's cutting points. He's playing here because he knows this will be bad for him. If he plays here, he's gonna go there, right? And then like there's Hane. There's net because that's a problem. He's still going after all the things. He's got to give him what he gave up. This is not allowed to live. It's just not. So here we are trying to make it just not. Again, cutting points. Look at all the cutting points that we're making. All the cuts I've been thinking. Can't connect up. If we play here, there's double Atari. Uh-oh, we're getting eyes now. Alright, you can have those stones. You can have those stones. Those stones are all his. We're gonna go ahead and take, because then we can live in the corner. Our opponent says, no, you cannot. I won't allow it. Classic asking, are you gonna make a bad move here? If you play here, then we get to play here and threaten to take, so we get a one eye. So that's classic. Until we back off here, that's no longer Sente, so we're still hunting for them eyes. So we play here, here. We're gonna play here. We can play this one to try and block it, so white does. Like so. Now we can't allow this to be played, otherwise connect, throw in, Atari, fill, Atari. That's bad. So he bends to try to destroy the area. Still looking for them eyes. Them eyes are hard to come by there, aren't they? Throwing in. Very rarely do we have a game where we get to actually play the 1-1 point, so that's kind of cool. This is, screw the Lee Sedol Broken Ladder game. This should just be called, I force my opponent to play the 1-1 point. That one's better, I think. Whoops, white stone. Again, same thing. We don't just play here now, because this would be an Atari, we take. This is an Atari, we take. And then we have our two eyes, so that would be bad. So we cannot actually do that. That's a danger playing this thing on a real board. We just made a little bit of a mess. Not too much of one, though. Not that we can't go ahead and fix easy peasy. Uh-oh, that's danger two eyes right there, man. Uh-oh, we're connecting up our stones. Trying to prevent the eye down here, that's fine. We can still get the Atari on in. Gotta be careful, we get the Atari there, okay. Now we got Atari there, that's a thing. So we're gonna go ahead and swipe them two stones off the board like so. Black's turn means he gets to Atari to try and take another eye. Threatening his two eyes right here. Making sure that is not. Now it is only one. Good, good, good. Which means we need another eye over here for good old Lee Sedol. How is he going to get it, though? How will he get it? I'm going to wait here for a minute and see if anyone in the audience, and by audience I mean you guys on YouTube, because I'm doing this all offline, do you see where the magic move is to get your other eye? Bit of a tough one. Bit of a tough one. Bit of a tough one indeed. Go ahead and fix some stones while you're giving time for yourself while you're giving yourself a second to think about that. Where could it be? If your answer was here, congratulations. We push, we block, we cut. That's a self-Atari, we take. Oops, that would be bad. So we have to play here to block it. Okay, good. Now what? We play here. We'll try and deny some shapies. Okay, good. Whoops, sorry, Black's turn. We Atari, again, fine. take. Looks like we're not dead yet. We're not alive yet, are we? Shoot, that's that sucks. All of that and we're not alive yet. Oh man, what are we gonna possibly do? Why don't we go back here for starters? Like so. We block that out. See where this is headed? We need the other eye now. So we have 2 eyes as well. Because this has to be filled, that has to be filled. So we're looking to get our eye here, which this is now poking at. What a coincidence that is. Connect there. And with all of these liberties taken, at best this is now a Seki. White plays the Atari, black is just going to go ahead and connect. And that right there is GG. I mean, you can't come back from that. This is Seki now. At best, it's Seki. White can play here now, and then black can fill. White can play here now. Black plays the Atari. Connects. But, yeah, we can't kill. We can't kill. So sad. Sucks. Instead, white says, that's fine. I'll invade you. Black, at this point, can't possibly lose the game because this is still profit for black. This is profit for white. Not backing down from fights. We're actually going to go to Ko because that's exactly what this game needed. It was a Ko. Ko threat. That was a big Ko threat. Had to take these stones like so. Then we can go ahead and retake. Huge, because those stones die, which means these stones would die. So we have to play a white stone and take. Again, pretty big. This would come back to life, so we're going to go ahead and do not that. Got one more there. We could do self-Atari to try to live with everything. Did I retake that? I'm not entirely convinced that I did. Yeah. Plays there. Black says, you know what? I don't even care if you live right now. You have any comprehension of how much profit I have at this point? I mean, seriously, dude. It's getting kind of stupid. So, alright. Corner's gone. Now all I have to do is just reduce the rest of this and we're going somewhere. So alright, we're going to try and attack this section of the broken wall. So we see if we can get an eye first, and white says no, because we're defending, and he is attacking. Does not want to let us go. Sad face. We can play here, because we can go underneath if we need to. White's trying to get anything done that he possibly can. Says, I'm going to kill the right. You lost your, or going to kill this side because you lost your way to connect under. Black's just like, I don't care. And takes. White sees an opportunity to come in and live in the middle. Black sees an opportunity to counterattack because he didn't solidify himself there now, did he? What a rude fella. So we Atari, get to extend on up like we see here, which is not bad. Atari into cutoff, that's huge because this area here is enormous. The top stones don't even, or these stones over there don't even matter. The reason why they don't matter is because this whole area of the board is kind of larger than whatever we going on over here. So that's a thing. White's like, kill more of your stones. And Black's just like, wake me when you're done. Like you can, oops, sorry. There we go. Because again, this area over here is just so much larger than this area over here. Would be different if this was dead, but it's not. So finally, White's like, this is a stupid battle. I'm fighting to just not lose by a lot of points right now. There's nothing else I can do. I resign the game because I read a ladder out correctly. Sad. Gotta feel for the guy after that one, man. Especially, like, we've all been against those opponents, right? Who have run out the ladder. And every move, you're like, I'm reading this out right, aren't I? Like, this goes to there. Like, okay, hold on. It does. It does. It goes exactly where I think it is. And that they keep doing it. And you have that doubt, right? You have that doubt in the pit of your stomach. It's like, am I really stupid right now? Oh my god. I didn't get enough sleep. Maybe I drank too much. Maybe I'm reading the ladder out wrong. Let's reread it again. And sure enough, it works for you. But how many times have you been in there, double checking your reading, realized it still worked for you, only to lose the game because it worked for you? Holy crap, that is crazy. Brilliant game by Lee Sedol. Not so brilliant game by his opponent. He wasn't able to see the consequences of running out that ladder, unfortunately, though because of his mistake, because he was not able to see as far as Lee Sedol, I still have to say I'm glad the game went exactly as it went, because this is both entertaining and instructive. This game is beautiful, not just because of Black's play, but also because of White's mistake. So thank you very much, White, for making these mistakes. They are certainly something to learn from and gives us some more of appreciation on how you can be wrong in Go even when you're right. It's kind of cool. Anyway, this was the #1 game on Go4Go. Hope you enjoyed this particular series. Hope you enjoyed this amazing game of Lee Sedol's. There is one other Broken Ladder game that I am aware of. I think it's on my channel too, now that I think about it. I don't remember where it is though. Maybe I'll go over it again on a real board. Who knows? Do them both. It's not as fantastic as this, but still pretty cool. Either way, hope you enjoyed the game. Hope you've been enjoying the series. Hope you enjoy everything that I do on the YouTubes. As always, I will of course see you next time. Take care, everyone.